Hello, so I'm just going to do a playthrough of a prototype of a game I've been working on for the last just less than 3 months with a girl from college, and I'm just going to show you kind of what we've got so far in this prototype. So I'm just going to go through a quick playthrough of the game, and let's just see it. So it was made in Unity, and it just has a short intro, and then I'll get into the game. So these are the two characters you're going to be playing as. In the game, they're actual like character models. Here they're just like little spirits kind of floating around, and you can actually grab on them here and just kind of play with them, and they kind of dance around each other, and then they go back to their little dance in the middle. So that was the intro. Now we're into the kind of menu. All that's on the menu is just the start button. So just go into the actual game itself. So the idea of the whole game is that it's kind of, you're in a paper world. Like the entire world is made out of paper, and it's an adventure game where you get to make objects out of paper to get by obstacles, and the whole goal of the game is to get back to the other character. This is Kami at the minute, and you have to get back to Oru, and in the process of getting back to him you learn how to make different objects, and once you get reunited you can fix the tear that's going through the whole world. So you start off here as Kami. You've ended up in this place where you don't really know where you are. You just came out of that kind of orb and got sucked into the world. So if you go over here and talk to this NPC, she'll just say that you can't leave via the bridge. There's no actual, it's just an invisible kind of barrier at the minute. We haven't actually implemented any kind of block on that, but you can't leave the village that way. So you kind of just walk around and explore a bit, and you can talk to different NPCs. They kind of say randomized things, and the important NPCs are kind of highlighted when you mouse over them or when you get near them. So this one highlights, so when you talk to her, she'll give you your first kind of mini quest thing to just get you started into the game. So she's just saying she wants you to deliver a package, but she's scared to go through the woods, so can you deliver it for her? And you just choose yeah, and she tells you just to follow the road past the farm, through the forest, and you'll get to the village. So we'll just run down to the village, and the controls are just WASD, and shift is to run. So let go of shift, you walk. Pretty basic. You can jump, but yeah, it's all kind of a work in progress at the minute. So you come down here into this out of the forest, and you're in the kind of village entrance. You've got a little park here with a fountain shooting kind of paper particles up into the air, and you come along here, and there's another NPC here that highlights. So if you talk to her, she's waiting for something, and she's like, oh, you've got my package. So basically she's the woman you were meant to deliver the package to for the other villager, and you just ask her about Oru, and she says she doesn't know anyone called that, but if you talk to the village mayor, he might know. So she says the village mayor lives in the big house next to the market. So if you look here, all these houses are the same, and over here there's a big massive house, so clearly that's the mayor's house. So we go over here, talk to the mayor, just ask him for a kind of way back to Oru, and he says he'll help you out, but first he wants to make sure you're kind of safe leaving the village on your own. So he just gets you to do another little kind of tidbit quest where you just have to collect 3 objects from inside flowers and bring them back to him. So, and then he says if you want, you can look around the village, and there's a storyteller in the village marketplace that is quite popular. So the idea behind the storyteller is he just tells a more detailed story of the intro story, and then he has another story as well, but it's just there as a kind of option. You're not forced to ever listen to it, so if you're more interested in the story, you can talk to him. So these are the flowers that we're looking for in the village. So if I just press E on it, you'll see a little piece of paper floats out of it, and that's what we're collecting. So I'll just run around and collect these. So it's just an adventure game, kind of like I don't know, Zelda and all them, but without the combat, I guess, from Zelda. But it's just a story-based adventure game where you're running around doing little quests and trying to get back to the guy you've been separated from. So I'll just run around and pick up these quickly, just to kind of continue on the story. I'm just going to play through the whole of this first prototype level that we have. It's not very long, it's quite short, so once you've collected all 3 of them, she says she has enough pages to go back to the mayor. So once we're back at the mayor, you talk to her again, and she tells you that the fact that I could open the flowers proves that I'm really who I claim to be. So since the tear happened in the world, other people can't interact with the magic anymore, but Oru and Kami still can, because they were kind of the guardians of it. So he tells you to go talk to the fisherman to see if you can get a way out of the village by using the boats. I'll just run up here into the marketplace for a second, just to kind of show you this area. It's just a load of market stalls with some NPCs and stuff, and here's the storyteller person, and if you talk to him, you have an option of which story you want to listen to or none at all, so I'm just not going to do that because it's quite a long story. So I'm just going to run down here to the fisherman who's down by the lake in this big boathouse. So I'll talk to him, and these NPCs are all just placeholders. They all look the same at the minute, but obviously that's going to change. So once you talk to him, ask him if you can borrow a boat. He says of course you can't, because the lake's frozen, so you can't sail across a frozen lake. But he tells you then to go find the owner of the sleds, and she might be able to help you. She has some dogs, so you can like use them to get across the lake. So run back here, and we have to find the person who owns all the sleds now. So you run along here to this house here, and you'll see all these kennels kind of laying about, and you talk to her, and she'll just go through this dialogue here, and she tells you all her sleds are either out on delivery or too damaged to be used, and you suggest that you might try fixing one, and she says don't be silly, you can't do that. You can't just magically fix them. You used to be able to, but since the disaster, no one can do that anymore. So you insist and you want to try, so she says if you really want to try, she tells you where one of the damaged sleds are, and you can try fix it. So that's what we're going to do. So the idea behind this is, if we have a look up here, there's like a little book. If I click that, it's actually the menu and stuff, but the idea behind this is it's written in by Kami, so Kami will have this book, and then Oru will have another book similar. So if I change the page in the book, there's a blueprints page, but as you can see, there's nothing in it at the minute. But the idea behind this is we're going to have the blueprints of each object you can make, and a kind of instructions on how to make them. So this mechanic here will be a lot clearer when the blueprints are fully implemented, but at the minute all you do is you just left click on an edge that you want to fold on the piece of paper. So if I fold up that edge, you'll see there it's kind of turned now, and then I fold this edge and it folds down into a general kind of sled shape made out of paper. When I click on it again, it does this particle thing to cover up a switch over, and you've got this shiny new sled. So then we just run back to the sled woman and talk to her again, and she's like, what? So after that she's like, well, you're obviously who you claim to be, so she sends her dogs to pull you across the lake in the sled. So she says they'll be over there waiting for you when you're ready to go. So now you can run around exploring if you want, anytime really. And we're just gonna run over here though and end the level. So when you get back here, there's no dogs at the minute. Ooh, that collider's a bit weird. But there's obviously gonna be some dogs hitched up to this at some point, but at the minute we don't have them in the prototype. So you just stand here, press E to leave the village, and the dogs are going to pull us off across the frozen lake into the next level, and then it'll transition into the next level. So that's kind of where we're at with the prototype at the minute though. And now it's just going to go into a scene transition into the kind of end page at the minute. But so that's it. And the whole idea then is to transition from that scene into one where you're playing as Oru and you're doing a similar thing. You run through a level, helping out some NPCs, find a blueprint, make an object, get past the obstacle, and get closer to Kami, and then it'll transition, or it'll switch between each player, kind of each level. So you'll play one level as Kami, then one level as Oru, and vice versa, and eventually they'll get to a point where they both meet up together and they're finally reunited, and they can fix the tear in the world and bring all the magic back into the world. So that's the prototype, and thanks for watching. And if you have any feedback, just leave it in the comments, and I'll leave a link in the description for a gamejolt play of it. There's a Webplayer version of it, and I also have a downloadable version on Google Drive that I'm going to leave in the comment or in the description as well. So thanks.